What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Meg, and this is my coming out story. Might as well just jump right into it. I was one of the more fortunate kids, I will say. I'm 26 years old now. I officially came out when I was like 15. So it's been about 11 years now since I've been out. It's been an easy, breezy, beautiful ride. But I'm going to tell you from the beginning how it all started, how my family found out, and how they kind of forced me to tell them what happened. Again, I was 15 years old, around the time when I was doing a whole bunch of stuff, you know what I'm saying, into weed and hanging out with the crew and just doing all kind of stuff. So with my family, it was kind of like an ambush type of thing. They used that whole, being a kid and getting in trouble for everything to push me, pretty much telling them about me being gay. So it really was like a setup. My mama had one of my older cousins who I love dearly. I still love, but I hung out with her all the time. Like, me and her were like inseparable. Like, we talked about everything. So one day, I was at her house and she brought up my sexual orientation. And I was like, what is that? Like, no, don't big ass words. So she was like, do you like girls? Do you like boys? Who do you prefer? And she was like, because at your age, you have the body to be attractive to men, but you can also be attracted to women. So who are you attracted to? And it was so off guard. Like, I was totally ambushed. And I was like, I don't know. I guess I like both. Just lying, just lying my ass off. I was like, I guess I like both. And she was like, it's cool. She's like, okay, it's cool. I was like, and I was just kind of like, okay, like, where did that come from? And then when I got home the same weekend, my mom was like, so I heard you been smoking weed. And I was like, no. And my older cousin was like, well, I work at the jail, so I got drug tests on deck. And I was like, you a part of this too? Like, you gonna do me like this? My best friend, my home, you gonna do me like this? So I took a drug test. I honestly don't even know if I passed it or not. They never told me. But it was like, and while you doing this drug test, let's talk about this other stuff you got going on. And I was just like, what other stuff you talking about? And it was like, so they got me in the chair in the middle of the living room, sat me down, and was like, now talk. And I was like, about what? And she was like, my mom was like, Tasha told me what you told her. And she was like, that ain't going down in my house. That's not going to be accepted. And I was just like, dang, my favorite cousin ratted me out. Like, she ratted me out. So I was like, yeah, I like girls. So what? Like, that's what I like to do. And my mom was like, no, that's who you hanging out with. It's them people you hanging out with, them girls you hanging out with that's influencing you. You don't like no girl, that's not gonna be accepted in my house. Just really just talking out of emotion. But the thing is, a parent always knows. So my mama was like, yeah, that's gonna stop today. And I was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And she was like, yeah, it's gonna stop today. You too young to make them kind of decisions. And I was like, I'm actually old enough to make them kind of decisions. And the thing is, my mama messed up when she taught me how to be an individual. And she taught me how to make decisions on my own. And she taught me to be very strong-willed. Like, she messed up when she taught me that. And I was like, this is who I am. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm not changing for nobody. Like, I was like, you already know. Like, you know me. You know what I'm saying? You just want me to tell you out of my mouth. And I was like, yes, I'm gay. whatever. The thing is, she already knew because she had caught me writing a little love note to some girl. I was like in like the 7th grade. Like, cause 6th grade, I was still dressing girly, but I knew I like girls. 7th grade, I was strictly tomboy. And then 8th grade, like, I was a full out nigga. So she'd already known, but I guess she just really wanted me to say it out of my mouth when I turned like 18, when I turned like 15. So, you know, I told her, it actually went better than I expected, because the thing is, like I said, she was talking, my mom was talking out of emotion, so she really wasn't mad. You know, it was just the thing of how do I respond. Like, she was so caught up in wanting me to tell her what it was before actually trying to sit down with herself and figure it out what she was going to say when I told her. Like, how would I respond? How do I react? What do I say? Do I hug her? Do I walk away? Like, what do I say? So she wasn't really figuring that part out. She was more so concerned with me saying it out of my mouth. So when she finally got into her mind how she was going to react and how she responded, it was cool from there. Like, she was like, I'm cool, you know what I mean? Because she also realized that I wasn't going to change. She realized that this is who I was, and I was happy this way. Like, I wasn't forcing myself to be who I wasn't. I wasn't forcing myself to dress how I wanted, you know, how I didn't want to dress. I wasn't forcing myself to hang out with people who I didn't want to hang out with. And because that made me happy, I was also an excellent student in school, and, you know what I'm saying, not doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing. You know, how can you be upset at that? You know what I'm saying? So even to this day, like I said, I've had a more fortunate coming out story. Like, it wasn't bad at all. My older sister was the funniest though. So of course, like I said, my sister family, they already know. They just want you to tell them. So my sister found out, she was at work when everything happened. And she worked at McDonald's at the time. My sister was like, I was 15, so she was like 22. Cause she's 7 years older than me. So she was at work and she texted me and she was like, I heard what happened at home. I was like, yeah, so what? And she was like, well, I got somebody want to holler at you. Let me tell you what is go crazy. Her coworker, who happens to be gay, had a whole child. Remind you, I'm 15. The coworker was like 33. And I was like, sir, like, okay, I get it that you excited about me being whatever, but I don't want to talk to nobody that's 33 with kids. I'm still in high school. Like, relax, chill, let's come on, bring it back. You know what I'm saying? I'll find my own, you know, woman. So she was like, you know, she cool people. I was like, I'm cool. Like, I'm good. Like, she's 33, she got children. Like, what am I gonna do with somebody who's 33 and got children? Like, don't mind me, she was fine. But I was like, I'm straight. My little sister, she was too young. She really didn't care. You know what I'm saying? But as far as my family, you know, I'm me, and they know that. Like, it's like I'm a different kind of breed of being who I am. And I think it's more so because, and I'm not trying to blame anybody for their family not accepting them, but I think it's more so because I was okay with who I was, and they saw how comfortable I was in my own skin. That it was easier for them. I made it easier for them to be like, okay, we can't really do anything about this. You know what I'm saying? For the people who try to hide who they are, it makes the family more confused because they don't know what's part of you to love. And again, not trying to blame you, but when you have a family who don't really know or not really used to that kind of lifestyle, you have to make it easier for them. Because the thing is, in social media nowadays, it's easier for kids to feel accepted because you have people who are backing you that you don't even know. So when you got parents who grew up in the older days, they don't know nothing about that. So you have to bring it to them. You have to be okay with yourself. You have to teach them how to be okay with who you are. And that's why my family, my parents, my sister was cool with me. Now, granted, I didn't want to hurt them, so of course I was like, yeah, I'm bisexual. I like both men and women. Knowing good and well, I was liking girls since I was in 3rd grade. No cap. Like, my first girl I liked was white girl. Like, she was beautiful. But, you know what I'm saying, I didn't want to hurt her feelings, my mama. So I was like, yeah, I like both. But over time, she knew what it was, you know what I'm saying? Even now, like, you know, she can't even imagine me being anything else or anybody else. Like, I'd be, you know, making jokes, straight jokes, and she'd be like, girl, stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I made it easier for her to love me and I made it okay for her to be okay with me because I was okay with myself. You know what I'm saying? So my coming out story was fortunate. I was one of the type that got put out, they got disowned, and I feel for those people. And that's a whole nother situation, a whole nother conversation. But as far as coming out, it's easy. You have to first surround yourself with people who love you. I had friends at school who appreciated me, who knew me before I knew myself. You know, my best friend, she already knew what was up. So you gotta surround yourself with people who love you first, and then love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be okay with who you are first. And then when you take it to your family, take it to your mom or your dad or whoever you're taking it to, they're going to be okay because they see how confident you are and they see how okay you are with your lifestyle. Coming out is a milestone. People don't really realize it. People always say, yeah, why you can't just be gay? Why you got to come out? Why you got to announce it? The thing is, people forever going to say it's not normal. People going to forever say it's not what society wants to see. So you have to keep rebranding that and keep evolving that to be something that is okay in the world. You know what I'm saying? So that's my coming out story. It's very, very short, very sweet, very simple. 11 years out. So I've been like this for, I was just say, over half my life. So and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Honestly, I love my mama. I love my daddy, I love my whole family who appreciate me, who love me, who accepted me, and all my women that I brought home. You know what I mean? Coming out is a milestone. Coming out is something that you have to do, and you have to be okay with. But you got to be okay with yourself first. Put yourself first, and then everybody else is gonna follow. But anyway, if y'all enjoyed my coming out story, thumbs up, comment down below more video suggestions, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content. Hit that bell so every time I post a video, you will be notified. This has been your girl, Meg. I'm out here.